See, maintaining quality control while preparing anything in the laboratory at a small scale or at a large scale is very much important. The following points should be taken into consideration and should be followed. The first is sufficient infrastructure should be there. There should be proper spacing present in between two persons who are standing in the lab. There should be distance between the working space of one individual as compared to the other. Why? Because there should be no contamination. If two people are doing two experiments, the microorganisms should not be contaminated with each other. That is the condition. That was the condition inside the laboratory. Outside the laboratory, there should be a big space available, and the um, infrastructure should be so that the people who are allowed to go to the laboratory can only go inside the laboratory. Others, the admin people, are restricted on the uh, primitive side, on the first side. The entry of the building should be there. Then after that, there should be a space for the admin people to sit down. Then finally, inside, the more coveted area should be there for the laboratory works, and all unauthorized persons should not be allowed to enter into the laboratory. The second is trained person should only be working into the laboratory. Of course, this is a major requirement, because there are so many bacteria which are harmful, and they may be infecting the person also. So there should be trained personnel who will be taking necessary precautions while handling these microorganisms. Then the proper packaging of the finished product should be there. Once the product is being made, there should be proper packaging of the product, so that when the product is being transported in different temperature conditions, in sunlight, at high temperature, then also the content is not altered by the external factors. Then the certification of the batch product should be there. Every batch, the batch which is being released by the production house, should be given a certificate by a qualified expert that okay, this product is good for human consumption and is made, is quality checked. Okay, a QC, a quality control check, that is QC certificate is awarded. Then inspection of the product samples, this is being done after packaging, because the inspector also tests the packaging. How is the packaging? Is the packaging leaking or any problem? Is it too much photoreceptive, it can absorb sunlight and the products may change? Everything is being inspected by the inspector before it is being released into the market. Then every step should be properly documented. Every process should be properly documented. The date and time of production of the product should be documented. Without proper documentation, the product should not be released into the market. Okay, moving forward. The last topic of this chapter, goods manufacturing practice, or GMP. See, the biotechnologically manufactured products are directly used by the humans, so it is essential that the consumers should have confidence on the safety, cleanliness, consistency, and should have a belief on the product, that whatever product they are using are actually good for their consumption. They should have that faith. If we talk about certain brands, for example, if we trust on Maggie, let us talk about Maggie. So Maggie is a trusted brand for around 30 years now. So if another brand comes into existence, you need to have, you need to give time, and they also require time to grasp your attention and to get your confidence, because we are totally relying on the taste and productivity of Maggie, because it is a brand which is for it, which is being used for a longer duration of time, which has been used since so many years. But if a new brand comes as a competition, it will take time to enter into the market, it will take time to enhance the sales. This happens because it takes time to develop faith on one new product, and everyone is skeptical whether the product which is newly launched into the market has followed all the safety norms or no. So it is very much important. So the first thing we should a good manufacturing practice involve is the location of the building. Building should be located where there is minimum risk of contamination. It should be away from the population, maybe from the outskirts of the city, where minimum risk of contamination is there. There should be no water body nearby the building, so that the microorganism or flies cannot enter. It should be totally covered and sterilized area. Second, it should be a skillfully designed premises. It was the same thing. The premises should be so skillfully designed that only the authorized person should go in, and then the other people which who are not required to enter to the lab should get their work done from the marketing area only. They should not go to the lab. Everyone is not allowed to go to the lab, and there should be the pathway should also be so designed that the normal people are not allowed to go nearby the building where the laboratories are located. So it should be designed in a proper fashion. They should have glass fittings also present. The windows should be glass pane. Why? Because with the air also certain bacteria can come in. So it should be airproof. Any air from outside should not be allowed in the laboratory area. Next is temperature control system. There should be a proper temperature control system maintained inside the laboratory, so that whatever temperature is required for a particular experiment, particular reaction to take place, that should undergo at a particular condition. Next is the humidity control. This is a most important factor because humidity actually um, is the deciding factor for the growth of the bacteria. If you see in this weather during the rainy season, the humidity increases, and the bread, if you leave the bread outside, if we talk about bread as an example, if you leave the bread outside with there is so much moisture in the atmosphere that the bread starts to degrade, and the yeast or bacteria start to grow on that bread slice which has been left outside. You can do this experiment at your homes also and find out what actually happens. So humidity control system should be monitored inside the laboratory also, because if there will be more humidity, unwanted bacteria may come in and contaminate the environment. Then support system like air, pure water supply, and continuous water supply should be there, because water is one requirement which is a must in all these laboratories. Dust collection should be done properly. Proper waste management should be also be done, and other utilities which are required, electricity should be electricities and the gas pipeline system which is needed should also be monitored and available all the time. So here we complete the chapter. I shall be sharing with you the notes. You can copy them or paste them as you wish and read the chapter. Here we complete this chapter. In the next class, we shall be starting up with another important topic. So these three chapters were just the introduction of the biotechnology, but the basis of biotechnology starts with these chapters. Hope you have enjoyed all these things, and we shall be meeting again in the next class. Till then, enjoy your result, talk to your friends, discuss with your family, and yes, everyone is required to share the mark sheet with me on my mail id. Okay, thank you so much.